Hi there, we're at the Cardano Wyckoff method price analysis session. Besides the weekly, we have the daily Wyckoff analysis as well, and we'll look at the key resistance and support levels. So let's get started. Here, we're looking at the weekly chart, and currently we are at the late stage of distribution. However, I'm suspecting we might have entered the early stage of accumulation as well. Here, if we look at the accumulation cycle back in 2022, we're currently sitting at around the same level. So there are like some factors that I'm looking at to see whether that's the case, because the volume here is pretty low compared to what we had here. And over here we see these huge spikes of volume. Those, if we look at the peaks, these were about 1/3 of the crazy surge, and here we see one over here that's about half of that size. So whether this was the selling climax and then this automatic rally, but that's way too high, so that's why I kind of ruled out that point as an automatic rally. Even though there's still a chance that it is, I'm more inclined to think this is more the preliminary support, because another thing as well, it should be a relatively flat or declining trend during that time, even though there would be high volume fluctuations. Here, there wasn't like a period of that. Basically, it was just 2 weeks and then quickly bounced back up. So I'm more inclined to thinking that's the late stage of distribution. So long story for as an intro for the weekly, that's the backdrop. However, so given what I've said, even if it's the accumulation has started here, it doesn't impact much in terms of our expectation, because we would expect the price to still fluctuate along the accumulation period. So we can see some tests around the selling climax level. However, let me enlarge a little. We can also see, besides these at a similar level, we can also see these tests that's going way below the selling climax. So let's not go over or get overexcited by any climbs here. One, it's going to be suppressed by this point 65, roughly 65 cents resistance line, and then in terms of support, we kind of see, okay, there's a little bit of support over here at around 58, 59, 50. Oh no, this is 50 cents actually. We're currently at the 58 cents price. I was looking at the wrong number. So this is the line that I was talking about. That's the first level support at around 49 cents before the next support at 42 cents roughly. So let's park this line over here. That's for weekly, and in terms of daily, what story we can get from there. So we see this downward trend is still going on. We see the wicks over here, and currently the wicks, the candle tips are currently also at those levels. If we enlarge this a little, it's going to bracket the whole thing. So let me make this bigger so it's easier for you to look at. I was referring to these tops, and now over the past 5 days we're also touching that point. And here we are seeing like relatively flat area after the selling climax and automatic rally. this point is pretty high, and I presume we can call that a sign of strength. But I've mentioned already, maybe this session or last session, about Doge. Sign of strength doesn't mean it's going to go straight up. A lot of time the price will retreat before it got another pump. So likewise for some of these we see here. So it went up, it came back down before it shorts up. So here maybe it will come down for a bit. How low it would be, no one knows, because I mentioned already, a subsequent test after the selling climax can go lower than the selling climax itself. So for this particular daily Wyckoff distribution, or like accumulation we're now, don't be surprised if the price go below the 50 cents range or level, because it can totally press test the 41 cents level as well. I am looking to when the price is going to break outside of this downward trend box. That's where we may be finding a little bit of relief, maybe short term, but still better than continuing to follow this and test all the way to the blue. From an optimistic point of view, it's good that it tests there and finds support. Then we know, oh, okay, it's like a point lower than the selling climax, so it may be a better sign for some people, right? So that's how I'm going to look at it, and these are the signals I picked up from the charts.